this blower, an extension ladder, and a box of trash bags, and that's it. That's the whole kit. 120 bucks a roof, and I'm off of it in about an hour. Nothing to learn, no class, no certificate, and you could do one Saturday. That's number one on this list, and it's the easy one. The other four, they're going to take you an actual weekend to learn, and they pay 2 to 3 times even more. Because there's one thing nobody tells you. You can't learn a trade in a weekend, but you've already got one. What you're adding is one narrow skill on top of years of doing blue-collar work already. And stick around for number 5, that's the highest ticket on the list. Tack weld that like button for me, guys, and let's make some money. So let's be honest about the title for a second, because you deserve that. You can't learn a trade in a weekend. Nobody can. Anybody telling a 20-year man you can learn his trade in 2 days, he's just selling something. But that's not what this is. You already did the hard part. That's the whole point. You've got hands, you've read plans, and you've been on a ladder probably 10,000 times. You know how to talk to a homeowner and show up on time and do what you say you would do. That took years, and it's behind you now. So what we're adding is one narrow skill on top of that foundation. That's it, and that's a weekend, and that's real. Now, not every weekend skill is worth your weekend, so here's the filter I ran on everything on this list. 3 things. 1, there has to be a gate in front of it, a certificate, a license, a test, something. Because a gate, it keeps people out, and people staying out is the entire reason it pays. And if any guy with a truck can do it tomorrow, the price goes right to the floor, every time. Number 2, somebody other than the customer has to want it done. Code, insurance, a lender, a health department. You see, when a third party is driving it, you're not talking anybody into anything. They already have to do it. You just have to be the guy who has the answers. And number 3, it has to sit on the hands you already have. If it needs 4 years of a new skill, it's not a weekend, it's a career change. But these today, they all bolt onto what you already do. Now, number 1 on this list, it breaks rule number 1 on purpose. There's no gate on it at all, and I want to show you why that matters. Guys, real quick, I put together a totally free 2026 Blue Collar Resource Guide. It's got links to getting started in union jobs, free apprenticeships, and grants to starting up your own small business. It covers all 50 states. It's totally free to you, and it's my gift. Just hit that link down in the description and grab your copy. And while you're at it, do me a favor, tap that subscribe button, that notification bell. It's also free to you, and it helps us bring 3 fresh new videos to you every single week. I sure appreciate it. Number 1, gutter cleaning. That's why I brought the blower, and there is nothing to learn here. Absolutely nothing. This is the whole operation right here. This blower, an extension ladder, trash bags to rake the debris in, and $120 a roof under an hour every time. No certification, no class required, no test. You could book one this Saturday morning. So why is it on this list about learning things on a weekend? Because it's the floor. It's the proof that the money was never about being smarter, and because it pays for the classes that come next on the list if you want to. And that's actually how I'd run this if I were you. Do 4 of these, that's about 500 bucks. Now your weekend class is paid for, and you didn't touch the household money. Now let me say the latter part, because I'm not going to skip it. This is the only thing on the whole list that can really hurt you, and it's number 1. Set the base 1 foot out for every 4 foot of height. That's the typical rule. 3 points of contact going up, always, whether it's 2 hands and a foot or 2 feet and a hand. And this is the one that gets guys really hurt. Don't reach past your belt buckle. If your belt buckle goes outside the rails, you're coming off that ladder probably. Don't be lazy or in a hurry, just get down and move it 4 feet and get back up. It cost you 11 seconds, and I've been doing this a long time, and I still move the ladder instead of reaching. The downside on this one is real. It dies in the winter. Dark at 5 and ice on the rungs. It's a spring and fall business, which is exactly why you use the good months to go learn the other 4 we're going to talk about today. Now, number 2, window film and security film insulation. It's 3 different products, but it's the same skill. Solar control film that cuts heat and glare, and a power bill too. Privacy and decorative film for offices and glass doors. And security film, which is the one I'd chase. That's a thick laminate that holds the glass together when somebody hits it. Lord knows that you need it around here sometimes. Storefronts, schools, government buildings, anywhere with a smash and grab problem. Here's the training situation. Most of the major film manufacturers, they run their own installer courses, typically a day or 2 hands-on, and you come out with their certification. Call 2 manufacturers this week and ask about their dealer training. That's the whole first step. The skill is squeegee work and edge work, and that's it. Now I'm going to be honest, fellas, the first 3 windows you do will suck probably. They're probably going to look bad with bubbles and wandering edge. Everybody does it that way at first. So buy a cheap roll and do your own truck glass in your own back door first. By the fifth one, your hands have it. And what it pays, residential is commonly priced per square foot with a job minimum. Commercial security film is the higher ticket because it's thicker material and it's a liability product. And the material cost is low relative to what the job bills. That's where your margin lives. This is why it fits your life. It's indoor work, it's clean, and commercial gets done after hours. The downside, it is fussy. If you hate detail work, you're not going to like this. And dust is your enemy, so you can't do it in a construction zone. Alright guys, real quick, because this is how a lot of people are now diversifying their retirement plan. Check this out. You know, one thing I've learned after decades of working around hardworking people, most folks aren't afraid of putting in the work. They'll spend 30 or 40 years building a career, saving for retirement, and trying to do everything the right way. But here's the part a lot of people put off, making sure all of that hard work is actually protected. Because the reality is, most retirement accounts are still heavily tied to the stock market. So when the market takes a hit, your retirement could take one too. Now, I'm not saying you should move everything, that's a personal decision, but a lot of people are at least looking into whether having a portion of the retirement backed by physical gold makes sense. That's why I partnered with Augusta Precious Metals. What I like is they don't press you into anything. They take the time to explain how a gold IRA works. They answer your questions and help you decide whether it's a fit for you in your own situation. If you've been thinking about protecting what you've spent a lifetime building but just haven't looked into it yet, now's probably a good time to get informed. Click the link down in my description or text JV Charles to 35052 to get Augusta's free guide. I've done my homework on Augusta before recommending them, guys. They are the best overall gold IRA company 4 years running, and that's why I'm comfortable pointing you in their direction. Learn how it works, ask your questions, and make the decision that's right for you. All right, back to work. Number 3, chimney sweeping and inspection. And I know what you're thinking. Nobody has a fireplace anymore, but let me tell you, millions of houses do, and here's what actually drives this. Insurance companies, home sales, and fire code. Every real estate transaction on an older house with a fireplace, they want an inspection. And all that soot buildup is a real fire hazard, so carriers care about it. The credential is CSIA, that's Chimney Safety Institute of America. Their certified sweep review course commonly runs 1 to 3 days, in person or virtual. Then you sit 2 exams. Then there's an annual fee to keep it active. They also run a 6-day academy in Indiana if you want a deeper version. Now here's something worth knowing on this, guys. It's a voluntary credential in most of the country. Almost nowhere legally requires it. North Carolina is the exception that I'm aware of. And that sounds like it makes the cert pointless. It does the opposite, because it means any clown with a shop vac can call himself a chimney guy. So the homeowner has no way to tell who's real except the badge. You show up certified into a field full of guys who aren't, and you win the job before you even talk. So check your own state anyway, because a few of them, they have certain rules. And this is why it fits, guys. It's seasonal in the exact opposite direction from a lot of outdoor work, like the gutter cleaning. People think about their chimney in September and October, and it repeats annually, which is the part that builds a route. The downside, it's filthy. And you're on a roof. It's the same ladder rules as number 1. That doesn't change. Alright, that's 3. And if you took the blower out this Saturday and signed up for one class, you'd be moving along fine. That's more than most guys watching this will ever do. And I'm not being a smartass, that's just true. You could close the video right now and be ahead of the game. But I'd be doing you dirty if I stopped here, because 1 and 2 and 3, they're all jobs where you find the customer. 4 and 5 are different. 4 and 5 are jobs where the customer is legally required to find somebody, and that changes the whole business. Number 4, certified pool operator, and this is the one that's literally a weekend. The CPO course is a 2-day class. 2 days. You sit on it Saturday and Sunday, and you test at the end, and you walk out certified. And here's why that certificate is worth something. Most states require a commercial pool to have a certified operator on record, not the homeowner's backyard pool. I'm talking about commercial, apartment complexes, HOAs, hotels and motels, gyms, municipal pools, and the health department is the one enforcing it, not the customer. Think about what that does in the sales conversation. You're not convincing the property manager that clean water is nice. He legally cannot open that pool without somebody like you on the paperwork. The work itself is chemistry and equipment, and the equipment side you already understand. Pumps, filters, valves, feeders, flows. That's mechanical, and you've probably been doing mechanical your whole life if you've been in the blue-collar industry. The chemistry is the part you learn in the class. The chlorine, the pH, the alkaline, the stabilizer. It's not hard, it's just specific, and there's a right way and a dangerous way. So how does this bill? Commercial pool services is usually a monthly contract, not a one-off. That's the whole reason it's on this list. It's recurring by design. One apartment complex is a check every month for as long as you keep the water right. And they're not shopping around every spring because switching is a hassle for them. So here's how you get in. Drive past the apartment complexes in your town and count the pools. Then call and ask who holds their operator certification. Half of them are paying a big regional company way too much. Here's the downside. It's seasonal in most of the country, and it's early mornings, and you're handling real chemicals. So the safety part of that class, it's not just a formality. Make sure and check your state health department for the exact requirement before you spend the money. Number 5, radon, and this is the highest ticket on the list. Radon is a gas that comes up out of the ground into houses. You can't see it or smell it, and it's a serious health issue over long exposure. It's the reason radon shows up in real estate deals constantly. Now here's where I have to be straight with you because this one is 2 steps. Step 1 is measurement, testing, and that is generally a weekend. The initial measurement course commonly runs around 16 hours. Then a national exam through the NRPP or the NRSB and a certification fee. We're talking about 16 hours. That's Saturday and that's Sunday and you're done. Step 2 is mitigation, actually fixing it. That is not a weekend. Mitigation certification requires the measurement course first, plus a separate course that commonly runs around 24 hours on top. So call the whole path about a week class time, not a weekend. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, guys. But here's why you do it in that order anyway, and this is the good part. Your testing business generates your own mitigation leads. You test a house, it comes back high. The homeowner now needs a system. You created the demand by doing step 1. Nobody else on this list gets to do that. And the install itself is you work with your hands you already know. It's a run of a PVC from under a slab, an inline fan, and a discharge above the roof line. If you've ever run a vent stack, you're looking at familiar work. The engineering is what you learn in the class. The pipe is just a pipe. Mitigation systems are a real ticket. This is 4 figures, not $120. Now, the part you must not skip. Radon is regulated at the state level and the rules are all over the map. Some states license it outright. Minnesota does. New Jersey has its own requirements. Kansas requires an in-person field session. So call your state radon program before you pay for a single class. Not the training company, the state. Because the training company will happily sell you a course your state doesn't even accept. So let's come back to this blower for a minute. $120 a roof. Nothing to learn and anybody can do it. And that's the last part in the problem. Anybody can do it. So there will always be a guy who will do it for 90, then a guy who will do it for 70. That work is fine and still do it. I'm not saying don't do it, but it has a ceiling and the ceiling is the other people. Every other thing on this list has a gate in front of it. A class, a test, a certificate on a wall, and here's what I want you to understand about that gate. It's not there to keep you out, it's there to keep the other guy out. The gate is not the cost, the gate is the product. 2 days of your life and a few $100s and you're standing on the other side of it. Most guys will not do that. They'll watch this whole video and not sign up for anything. Not because they can't, because a weekend feels like a lot when you're already tired from busting your hump all week. And I get it, guys, but you already did the 4-year version of this. You already did the hard part. You gave years to learn what you know now. This is 2 days, so pick one, not 5, just one. Go find the class, look at the calendar, and put a date on it. There's a line in front of every one of those, and it's short, so go get in line. So there's your 5 guys for today anyway. Gutters this Saturday with no class at all. Window film, chimney, pool operator, each one a weekend. And radon, which is the biggest ticket, and a little more class time. Do the gutters first. Let them pay for the class. That's the whole plan. Now, the thing that'll trip you up next is what to charge once you're certified, because guys get the paper and then bid like they haven't done it before. You didn't spend the weekend to compete with the guy who didn't, so make sure and check out all our videos here on JV Charles TV, where we cover all kinds of side hustles and blue-collar careers. Thanks for checking out the video today. I'm JV. I'll see you on the next one.